Hi friends. I am a minute or two early because I wanted to give enough time for people to hop on. I won't keep you too long though. Also need to make sure I'm in the right group because that happens to me often. Say hi when you hop on. Let me make sure I can see comments. Okay, I'm in the right group. Now, fingers crossed I can see comments. Hi, Christina. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I'm so excited. This is itching me so bad. Hi, Miguel. Hi, Christina. I can see comments. Yay. Okay, then I don't need my computer up. Perfect. Hi, friends. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Hi, Janelle. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Hi, Miguel. Y'all, this is like one of my favorite topics to talk about. So I'm super excited that Marie asked me to come do this with y'all and chat with y'all about social media. So I hope y'all are ready because I am bringing it. I'm going to give you my best pieces of advice when it comes to social media and how to work your business on social media. So if you need paper and pen, I don't know if you take notes like that, but whatever you feel will work. Yes, ready with your notepad. I love it. Hi, Sonia. Where's everybody watching from? I always like to know this too. I forget that we're not all in the same area, even though I know Ree's from California, Southern California. I used to live in California as well, but more Central Valley. So yeah, I'm super excited. Arizona. Why did I not know that you lived in Arizona, Miguel? I feel like I should have known that. Michigan, Compton, Los Angeles. Love it. My brother used to live in Michigan. My elder brother used to live in Michigan. Yeah, I'm super pumped. I'm super excited that you guys are here. Thank you for joining me. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. I know that it's getting close to dinner time in California. And so we're just going to dive right in and then people can watch the replay or they can hop on when they can. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Brianna Engel. I am a Superstar Director now out of Texas. We moved to Texas last year. And but previously we had lived in California pretty much our entire life. I was born and raised in California, and then when I turned 19, my husband, then boyfriend, was living in New Mexico because he was stationed there, and so I spent a week with him in New Mexico while he was in the military, and then came back engaged, and then a month and a half later we were married. So we lived in Mexico, Albuquerque, for 2 years and had our first son there, and then moved back to California to his small town that he grew up in. And that's where we had our 2 other kids, and we were close to his family, and it was really amazing until it wasn't. And California kind of just proved not to be our home anymore. So we had, let me back up. In September of 2017 is when I joined Scentsy. I joined Scentsy because I was a stay-at-home mom to 3 kids, and I just wanted something for me. And so one of my friends, who's my sponsor, we had been friends, not super close or anything, but we had met on a mom app. Our kids are almost the same ages, and I saw a flyer that she had posted about joining, and so I reached out to her and joined a few days later. And kind of the rest is history. I literally joined just for fun. I didn't own any Scentsy when I joined, but I am an Enneagram 3. So when I see a goal in front of me, it's a goal that I want to reach. And so I hit the ground running with my Scentsy journey, shooting star, sensational start levels, all of that I did. And at that time in 2017, we were in the middle of an incentive period for the Mediterranean cruise. And, my husband was optimistic, but also skeptical about Scentsy, or just direct sales in general, which was fair. But after about November-ish timeframe, I realized that I was like super close to earning this free cruise. And so I hit the ground running then and said, I'm going to earn this cruise. And I did. And so when we got to go on the Mediterranean cruise, and we had to buy him in, but I got my ticket for free. That's when he was all in. That's when my husband was like, okay, what are we going to do? Cause this is awesome. Like there's actual potential here. So, that's what I've been doing since, y'all. I am, determined to go on vacation, take my husband on vacation every single year with Scentsy. So since then I've earned every incentive, top 50, top 100 for some of them. And it's been amazing. So I promoted to superstar director in September of 2020, and it's been such a blessing. And so when we decided that we wanted to move to Texas, it was primarily Scentsy that bought us our first house here, that got us here. Insert income disclosure here, but like truly, Scentsy changed our lives. Scentsy provided so many opportunities for us that were not open to us prior. Like truly, I did not believe, for 1 second that me and my husband would be able to travel this world while we were raising 3 young kids. So all that to say, I'm a Scentsy lifer. I love Scentsy so much, and I love people, and I really love being creative. And so Scentsy was a creative outlet and still is a creative outlet. But what's happened now, and I feel like I've created this little niche for myself with social media, is that social media also gives me the opportunity to be creative. And now I have a reason to be creative using Scentsy on my social media. And it's also a way for me to connect with people, which I love. So all that being said, so that's a big reason why this social media topic is one of my favorite topics to talk about, because it's something that I enjoy doing for the most part. Don't get me wrong. Social media can still be super draining to me. But I do enjoy being on social media and creating content and taking pictures and things like that. So I'm just going to preface this by saying I know that's not everybody. I know that a lot of people struggle with getting on social media, knowing what to post, creating good content, being relatable, connecting with people, not being salesy. Like it's all these things that we put in our heads that we're like, okay, we can't do this, but we got to do this. And how do we sell on social media without being salesy? And how do I have Facebook parties without them being a drag? Like all of these things, right? That it is one of those things where you do have to find what works for you. And so all this to say, I'm going to share with you how I run my social media and what works for me. Please, please, please hear me. Do not think that this is the only way to be on social media. I train on social media a lot, and there are some things that I feel like are kind of like you should hit these points, but the other things I feel like are kind of loose suggestions, and I'll touch on what those are, and like I'll make sure to point those out. But just know that like you'll find, and I'm sure that you guys see, that there are a million different ways to work your business on and off social media. And so if you take some of these things into account and you realize, hey, not really working for me, I always say give it like 90 days. This isn't really working for me, or this doesn't feel true to me, then don't continue. Okay. Don't try to fit a round peg in a square hole. Okay. Social media is not a one size fits all, but social media, while some of us can feel very drained by it, some of us feel super energized by it, we can have our feelings about social media. And generally it's not social media that we're like upset about, it's the people on social media. So if you're feeling super drained, you should really look at the people who are on your social media and figure out if like that's the reason. But here's the amazing thing about social media as it pertains to our business. Your social media platforms that you are using are literally free marketing tools for your business. Like you have a free platform to be able to reach millions, potentially millions of people, right? You have the potential to have millions of eyes, sets of eyes on your business with one post, with one click of a button, with one comment. Like all of these things you can do literally in a split second. You can post one video on TikTok and go viral, right? And you're like, you could be one thing away from a completely different business because of your social media content. That doesn't happen for everybody, and I'm not really looking to go viral with anything. But what I do want to do on social media is be consistent. And so that's going to be kind of my overarching theme. You're going to hear me say the word consistent a lot. It's like my favorite word, because there is so much that can go wrong in your business if you do not remain consistent. And social media is one of those. Unfortunately, social media has this thing called algorithms. And without remaining consistent and without plugging in and connecting with people, and unfortunately, like social media having its eyes on those types of things, you can very quickly fly under the radar and people won't see you because of it. And so remaining consistent and creating content that gets eyes on your business is going to be what keeps social media being a viable part of your Scentsy business. Okay. So I'm going to start by letting y'all know that the two areas of social media that I use frequently for my business, actually, these are the two that I use 100% of the time, is my Facebook and my Instagram. Okay. I know there are other platforms. I don't utilize those other platforms that much. I do use YouTube, but just to post videos and for training purposes mostly, and some customer uses. But Facebook and Instagram is pretty much where I live. Okay. So with that being said, I just feel like those have worked really well for me. And Facebook is where I pretty much started with my Scentsy business. The day that I joined, I created a VIP group. And so put in the comments if you have a VIP group on Facebook. I would love to know if you have your own private group. It can be public, but your own group that you created that's where your customers are. VIP group, because that's where I started and that's what my customers have known, and I have created that space for them. That is where I live most of my time. Okay. Most of the time I'm focused on my VIP group. I can tell you in the little over 6 years that I've been a consultant, there has never, ever been a day that I have not posted in my VIP group. Never. Okay. I have never ghosted them. That's been through sickness. That's been through moving across the country. That's been through vacations. That's been through so many things. Okay. I have never not posted in my VIP group, because when I created it and I invited people in, I made a commitment to myself that I was going to utilize it to the best of my ability. And I was not going to be somebody who ghosts my people and not give them the content that they're there for. Right. And so if you have a VIP group, here's the really wonderful thing about it is that you have a space dedicated to people who want to see your Scentsy, want to see your business, want to see and experience who you are as a consultant. They want to connect with you because you guys share a commonality, which is Scentsy. And that's an amazing place to start. If you're like, I don't know where to even begin in social media, there's so many different things. A VIP group is a great place to kick off some of these habits that you're going to form, or maybe you've already formed, about being consistent and about branding yourself and creating content. Okay. I urge you to get your VIP group feeling good and feeling comfortable about your postings before you try to do reels on Instagram, right? Because your VIP group is that select group of people who are like, yes, I'm here because I want to see Scentsy. And so you have a captive audience. And if you don't have a VIP group, some people don't, and it works for them. But if you're like, I'm just kind of scared, or I don't know what I'd post in there, I urge you to listen and just be open about it, because I think that it can be a really amazing place to grow your business. And better than that and bigger than that is to grow relationships. Okay. So obviously, hopefully you guys know, I know Rhea is a great leader, and you have an amazing set of leaders on here. This business, I know this is not the first time y'all have heard this. But this business is a relational business, right? We're here to build relationships. We build relationships through fragrance and through community and through teams and, all these different areas where we have the opportunity to connect with people. And you being a consultant puts you in a really special position to be able to, I hate to use this idea of like you being on a platform and being able to reach out to people, but there is this idea of like, okay, you invite people into a VIP group, you're there, they're looking at you to share Scentsy. And so you also have the opportunity to share who you are. And so that brings me to my, kind of like a place that I want to sit for a few minutes and unpack with you is this idea. I saw somebody say I have a VIP group, but I just don't know what to do with it. The other part of Scentsy that I think is important to understand and to recognize is that we're a lifestyle business. Okay. We are not a niche community of people selling a product that is geared towards one set of people. Okay. Obviously you could say that it's for people who don't want wicks in their house, don't want flames. You could say that it's for people who don't want candles or whatever. But the reality of it is that even for people who prefer candles, we still have products for them, right? Because we have products that are utilized for laundry and for cleaning and for kids and for on the go. Like we have products for literally every area of your life, which also means that we have products for every single person, no matter what their life looks like. And so with that, we have the really amazing opportunity and platform to be able to share our lifestyle and how Scentsy fits into that lifestyle. And so that's kind of my focus when I am creating content for social media. I'm thinking about two things. I'm thinking, am I being relatable? Which, to be honest, I do think about that. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be me. Okay. I'm showing up on social media as me, but I'm not putting out every single little thing about me. Okay. I'm not videotaping my entire day. I'm not taking pictures of every single little moment. I'm not telling my customers about every single, food that I'm eating or place that I went or things that my kids did. Like I'm not talking about every single little thing, but I am being intentional about who I am and the part of my life that I'm showing, so that there is relational connections that can be made, but also inserting Scentsy into what I'm sharing with them to let them see that Scentsy can be a part of your everyday life. Right? And so I think as consultants, sometimes we overcomplicate things and we're like, okay, how do I sell this warmer? How am I going to sell this flower to my customers? What do I tell them about this beautiful flower? How do I take the perfect picture to let them know that they need this flower for $18? How do I do that? Right? No, what I'm going to do, this flower can sell itself. What I want to do is show my customers how I've taken this beautiful fragrance flower and inserted it into my office, right? And so now I'm sitting at my desk and I'm doing work like normal people do, right? We live in a world where people go to work and they sit at a desk, and I'm sharing this experience of sitting here doing work, but having this incredible fragrance experience, and also it's really beautiful. Right? This little pop of fragrance that is now on my desk not only adds, it's eye-catching, but it also is very, very nice on the nose, right? And so I'm setting up the stage for this is how I've inserted this piece of Scentsy into my life. More than that, I also have our tabletop fan right here, right? So then I'm taking a picture and it's both of these things, and I'm sharing the differences of these two things and why I have both. I also have a warmer on my desk, like all these things. But I take my life and I've inserted Scentsy into it because I'm a Scentsy consultant, you guys. I use Scentsy every day. Every single day of my life, I'm using Scentsy. And so why wouldn't I, as I go throughout my day, tomorrow it's Wednesday, so I'm probably going to be sharing that I'm changing my wax, or I'm going to be highlighting warmers because I like catchy things like Wax Wednesday or Warmer Wednesday. And so as I'm walking around my house, why wouldn't I take a picture of my new pumpkin warmer and post a picture saying how beautiful it is to walk into my kitchen and see this gorgeous piece of decor that fits my aesthetic and it fits my house. And I really love seeing it first thing in the morning when I wake up and I'm making my kids lunches, right? And so I'm tying in this idea of Scentsy isn't just this product that I'm trying to share with you. So you'll pay $50 and I'll get PRV for it. And then on the 9th, I'll get paid on it. Like, I'm trying to share with you an experience that these products bring. And we know this as Scentsy consultants, but sometimes we overcomplicate putting it into words and putting it out on social media in a way that's connecting with people. And so that's what I feel like I try to do on a regular basis, because I'm invested in the relational part of it, and I love the creative part of it as well, but I love the relational part that comes with it. And so when I'm posting in my VIP group, here's something that you can write down. In my VIP group on Facebook, inside of there, I am talking about 80% Scentsy, right? And so I'm sharing 80% of my posts are about Scentsy. And I don't post flyers. I am big on taking real life pictures. But I am posting about Scentsy. And then the other 20% has nothing to do with Scentsy. And the reason for that is because, and I even do it on my Instagram, and I do it in my stories a lot. My stories is, I do a little bit more relational too, because I'm talking and I'm sharing life with people. But in my VIP group, I look at it more as like a lifestyle blog, right? And so I'm sharing Scentsy that's in my life, right? Because it's a lifestyle brand, but also I'm giving them 20% of who I am and things about me that connect with them that we can then build relationships on. So for instance, if you really knew me, you would know that I obsess about Friends, the TV show. Okay. I love Friends. It is my comfort show. It is the show that I literally speak in Friends lines constantly, like, love it. Okay. And so I'm not afraid to throw up a Friends gif, or, to, post my friends warmer now, or, any of those things. I'm sharing that side of me. I am talking about a Friends episode. I'm posting a picture of when I'm watching Friends, and it has nothing to do with Scentsy. Nothing. Okay. I also am very involved in my church. I'm a believer of Jesus, and we are very, very involved in our church. We spend most of our nights at our church, helping and doing things with them, leading life groups, leading small groups, creating ministries. And so I talk about that on my VIP group. Why? Because I know that I have fellow Christians who will connect with me, and because it's about relationships. And so, yes, you want people to think of you and think of Scentsy. You want people to go, that's my Scentsy person. You want people to say, I know that's my Scentsy guy. I know that's my Scentsy guy. But the reality of it is you're not just Scentsy. Scentsy is not just who you are. There are other things about you that if you just give a little, there will be people who connect with you and who are attracted to you, and they will be engaged in Scentsy because you opened up and provided that connection with them about something else, right? And so I have customers who literally connected with me over Friends, or over Highland Cows, or over our faith, or over my love for Texas, or over my love for food, or I'm really big into having date nights with my husband. And so all of those things, right, make up who I am. I mean, a small part of it. Also, I'm a mom, so there's just so many different caveats of who I am that I share bits and pieces about, that all of a sudden now I have this wide range of people inside my VIP group, or following me on Instagram, or friending me on Facebook, because we've connected over Friends. And then they're like, oh, you sell Scentsy? Okay, can I get this? I'm interested in this. And then all of a sudden they're pulled into my VIP group. And then it's not just, oh, I'm your Scentsy consultant. Oh, it's a transactional relationship. No, now we have a connection. Now when I'm texting them, asking them about wax, I can also include, hey, what was your church sermon about on Sunday? Did you go to church? Or what's your favorite episode of Friends? I'd love to know, and then it's other conversations. Then it's deeper relationships. And then there's trust being built. I know you guys have heard before, people buy from people that they know, like, and trust, right? And the way that you do that, the way that you build up trust, the way that I say the way you get people to like you, but people can't like you if they don't feel like that they know you, right? You can be like, oh, that person seemed really sweet, but that doesn't mean that they like you. They just means that you gave a good first impression, right? And so time will tell. And so when you give people the opportunity to get to know you, be real about who you are, right? So create opportunities where people can get to know you, not just you as a Scentsy person, but get to know other areas of you. And so I think branding is huge in our Scentsy business. And I know branding can seem like a really scary word, but you guys, it's not that scary. Branding is this idea of when people think of you, what do they think of, right? Obviously, we want them to think that us as a Scentsy consultant, right? But we want them to also think about other things about you, right? So something that I always encourage people to do if you're struggling with what your brand is, you can go inside your VIP group, or better yet, open it up to all of your Facebook friends or all of your Instagram followers and ask people to tell you the 3 things they think of when they think of you. People will tell you a color. People will tell you something and you're like, wow. Sometimes I ask this question and I'm amazed at what people pull away from the content that I'm sharing, because I'm like, wow, I posted about that 3 times, but that's what they think of, right? And so if you're ever in a rut, or if you just don't know what your brand is, ask people. And then the 3 most common or things that people think of, run with that. Figure out how you can implement that. If people think of you and the color yellow, then maybe you should use yellow on your thank you cards, or maybe you should use yellow when you post, or maybe you should take pictures with more yellow in it, right? So doing those things, pulling in that branding and having people speak into that is a fantastic way to connect, because the things that people remember about you are things that they've ultimately connected with you over. Maybe they haven't said it, right? Maybe they have not said that, I think of you when I think of tacos. That's silly, but you know what I mean. Maybe they've never verbalized that to you before, but maybe you posted about Taco Tuesday every Tuesday for a month, right? And so then you can be like, wow, okay, so I'm going to start posting about tacos more regularly because this person connects with me over that, and I'm going to engage them, right? I'm going to ask them what's their favorite taco recipe, or do they have a favorite local taco place, just things like that help to pull that together, okay? So the biggest thing that I get on Facebook VIP groups specifically, and I just want to address this real fast and then I'll move over to Instagram. VIP groups. So definitely after 2020, we've all seen this happen, okay? 2020, if you were here during 2020 in Scentsy, business was literally crazy. Social media was popping, right? Our VIP groups were like off the charts. Facebook parties were rocking, right? Because people were on social media because they couldn't go anywhere. I don't know that we'll ever see a time like that again. But so that doesn't mean social media or Facebook is not relevant anymore. It just means that people now have a different way of showing up because they went hard for a year on social media, and them, probably like us, sometimes feel burnt out. And you cannot tell me that you don't scroll on social media and you scroll past things that you would have liked or would have loved, but for whatever reason, your thumb was too lazy to scroll over slightly to click the like button. Like, we've all done that, right? Or we see a post of our friend and it's like, oh my gosh, that's so precious. And it's like, that would take you 0.2 seconds to type, but you don't, right? So if we know that about ourselves, then we cannot for a second think that our customers aren't doing the same thing. So here's my take on VIP groups and the whole, like, it's super quiet. I'm not getting any feedback. People aren't commenting on my stuff. Like, what's going on? So here's my take. Truth be told, I do not post in my VIP group Actually, I don't post anywhere about Scentsy for likes and comments. I don't. Not even on Instagram. I'm not posting for likes and comments. If I am sharing a picture or I'm sharing a post about a product, I could care less if you like or comment it. Okay. I mean, I say that. I love likes and comments. Like, obviously, like, I like people to engage with me. It brings up the algorithm. Like, yes, try to engage people. But the reality of it is, I'm not posting for your likes and comments. I am posting for sales. And not you, my customers, I don't get sales by their comments. So if my customer comments, that warmer is really cute, that's not paying me anything. What I want my customers to do is be scrolling and be like, oh my gosh, that warmer is so cute. And then an hour later, text me and be like, hey, when's your next order going in? I want that warmer. Or what happens more often, 100% transparency, I will follow up with them in an hour or in a day or in a week, right? I will follow up with them and I'll be like, hey, placing an order. Did you need anything? Need some more wax, whatever? And they'll go, hey, that warmer that you posted last week, I need that. They didn't comment on it. They didn't even like it, but they saw it, right? So I know that it's super hard to digest this idea that people are watching, right? Because it's like, how do we believe something we can't see? The proof is in your PRV. You know how we like to say the proof is in the pudding? The proof is in your PRV. So what are your sales like? That's what you should be gauging your content and your interaction on, not by likes and comments, because likes and comments ain't paying your bills. Likes and comments aren't earning you an incentive. Likes and comments are not earning you a promotion, okay? Likes and comments really do nothing for your business. What matters most is that engagement on the follow-up side or on the ordering side, the transactional side, or building relationships, right? So I have this customer who literally will comment on a lot of things. And she'll be like, oh my gosh, I really love that. But she's been going through stuff and she is a customer of mine. She does order, but, recently she comments on a lot of my stuff, but I'll message her and I'll be like, hey, I'm placing an order. Did you want that warmer that you commented on? And she's like, I really want to, but we have this coming up and I just had to pay this bill. And it's not excuses. It's real life. But you know what it does is that it gives me an opportunity to be super relatable with her, because I feel like every time I talk to her about those kinds of things, I can say, I know how you feel. Like, I just had to go get my battery change. I just had to go do this too. So I totally understand. Like, I just wanted to check in with you. Right. And she loves it. She loves that I check in with her. She's not mad. I'm not bugging her. She commented, I'm making sure that she doesn't have a need that I'm missing. Right? So sometimes the comments aren't doing anything either. So that's why you have to rely on your other systems that you have in place, like follow-up and like relationships. Okay? But the proof of your content is in your PRV, right? What's your PRV look like? So that's how I feel about postings. With that being said, I want to create content that people will see and will look at, right? Because I want people to remember my posting. So when I text them in a week, they're like, oh yeah, that warmer that you posted, I really love that. I want that, right? But if my post is a picture, a dark picture with a bunch of clutter in the background, that ain't doing it, right? We're going to scroll right past that. And statistics will tell you that people pay closer attention. I actually don't know what the actual statistic is, so forgive me, but you are more likely, and you can ask yourself this, do it the next time you're on social media, you are more likely to stop and read a caption when you see a face of somebody that you know, like, and trust, right? When you see a selfie of your friend and this big long caption, tell me that you're not going to stop as soon as you see your friend and read the caption. Doesn't matter what it's about. It could be a bunch of gibberish. And you could be like, what's Stacy up to? But you're going to stop and watch, or you're going to stop and look because it's your friend, because it's a person that you like, right? So if you're afraid to get in front of your camera and take a picture or take selfies with your products, you're missing a huge mark. Because the people who have chosen you as their consultant are going to enjoy seeing your face come across their screen. And it's actually going to provide more of an incentive for them to pay attention to what you're posting when they see your face on a regular basis. Not only that, but it's also going to remind them, hey, there's my Scentsy person, right? So I literally, especially on my Instagram, not so much on my VIP group because I know my people are seeing it. You can see that people are seeing it. But on my Instagram, when I am creating content for my Instagram grid specifically, and if you go to my Instagram grid, here's the thing. I love real life, right? We all have real life messes. Like my office is not, I'm not perfect, right? But my stance on like real life versus mess and like showing the real, I do show the real. In my stories, I'll show the real. I'll talk about the real things, all that kind of stuff. But I want my Instagram grid to capture people. I want people to stop and go, well, I got to follow her. Or, well, I got to know what that is. I need to DM her. I need to comment on that because I love it, right? Or I need to ask her where I can get this warmer, right? I want it to be captivating. And my Instagram profile is public. And so when I use hashtags, that is with the intention of drawing in other eyes, right? More eyes on my business. I'm looking to network. I'm looking to grow my business. I'm looking to meet new people. And Instagram is where I do that more often than not, besides like home parties and things like that. Instagram is where I go, okay, world, here I am. And I want my Instagram grid to reflect who I am, but also captivate people. And so, yes, my Instagram pictures are, I move the mess out of the way. I do natural lighting. Most of the time, I do as much natural lighting as possible. And I use filters, but minimal filters that doesn't change things a whole lot, right? And there's an aesthetic to it that says me. And there are people, kid you not, there are customers and consultants who, when they see a picture that somebody has used or something, they know it's my picture without ever being on my page. They said, hey, I saw this picture on Pinterest. I know it's yours. Why? Because I have a brand attached to my pictures and I have a style of picture taking that is noticeable. That's what I want. I want my customers to see my pictures and be scrolling by and go, that's a Brianna picture. They don't even have to look at who it is, right? I want it to captivate people. So your content doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. And picture taking and figuring all that out, it's a learned skill. Everything in this business is figure outable. You can figure it out. You can figure it out. I didn't go to... Also, let me be very clear. I don't have a college degree. Okay, I went to college for 2 years. I did graduate high school, but I went to college for 2 years. I have no degree. I have no special training in marketing, no special training in sales, no special training in public speaking. I just decide that if that's a skill that I think that my business needs, I am going to practice and I'm going to work at it and I'm going to learn and I'm just going to constantly tell myself I want to be better than I was yesterday. Okay? So everything in this business, I don't care who you are, you can figure it out. And you can learn. And our Scentsy community is a beautiful place to do so because we have so many generous people willing to pour into you with a skill that you say, hey, I really love what you're doing. Can you teach me how to do that? And they go, yes, I can. I can give you the tools. I can give you the resources. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to reach out and don't be afraid to learn. Don't be afraid to say, I'm not good at this now, but I want to learn how to be better. We have to have a growth mindset. So the picture taking thing, I know it scares people. The talking on camera, taking selfies, those kinds of things, all of that can be so scary when it's not in your wheelhouse. But that does not mean that you block it out and you say, I can't do this, or, maybe Instagram just isn't for me, or I'm too old, or what. All of that is just excuses. And the reality of it is that you're blocking yourself off from potential. From so much potential. I wish that I need to look up statistics because my business, I think it was 2022, where my business exploded with new teamies and new customers from Instagram. I had so much new traction from Instagram. And it wasn't that I was doing anything different. necessarily, but I was being super intentional. And where I put focus and where I honed in some of my skills, I saw it produce. Now, social media is also one of those things where it's not a overnight success. Nothing is. Okay, let me just be honest with you. Nothing is an overnight success, and so it's not going to be you post one beautiful picture and here comes the new teammates, right? It's going to take time, and it's going to take, yes, you guessed it, consistency. You have to be consistent, right? I post on my Instagram. I try to do 7 days a week, just to be consistent, just to stay in the algorithm, just to keep eyes on my business. But sometimes it's only 6 days and I give myself a day off, but I always post my stories. And, but I also make sure to be intentional about what I'm posting on my grid, right? I want to post captivating pictures. So Instagram, I love Instagram. Please feel free to follow me there. I don't add new people on Facebook. Sorry, I should have prefaced that, but I don't add new people on Facebook unless I meet you in person. Okay? If we meet at SFR or an event with Scentsy, awesome. You could add me right then and there. But I just don't add people that I haven't met in person on Facebook. Instagram, please come feel free to follow me and let's connect. I do want to say one other thing about Facebook, and then I'll let y'all go. So my VIP group is where I mainly 90% of my content for Facebook or for Scentsy is inside my VIP group. I have a business page that I created because business pages are really great. If your VIP group is private, then your business page is that public, like, hey, I'm open for business. I'm a Scentsy consultant. You can type in Scentsy and near me. And if there's somebody near you looking for you or looking for Scentsy, you'll pop up. Your business page will pop up. Again, that's somewhere that you need to be semi-active. I post on my business page. I try to do twice a week. And usually it's like a post that I pulled from my Instagram or from my VIP page. And it's like something that I really love that I created, or a post that I'm like, oh, that's really clever of me or whatever. I'll add it to my business page, right? I still want to be intentional. I want to be captivating, and I want to pull people in. And I don't want people to question why I'm there, right? So I have a business page. My regular personal Facebook page, I told you in my VIP group, it's 80% Scentsy, 20% real life. On my regular Facebook page, that's flipped. It's 80% my real life. That's where I'm posting about my kids and my husband and my family and my church and my faith, right? And my friends. My Facebook is 80% my real life. And then I add 20% Scentsy. So then I'll add a real life picture, a lifestyle picture. I'm not trying to sell to my Facebook page, my Facebook friends. Okay. I'm trying to engage with them. So, and I'm engaging real life. And so if I share a picture of a warmer, it's because it relates to my real life. Not that everything doesn't, but I'm not selling. That's not my captive audience. They're not, my Facebook friends are not my Facebook friends because they want to buy Scentsy. If that was the case, they'll be in my VIP group or they'll be on my Instagram. Okay, so I know people do it differently. You have a lot of consultants who handle it very differently. Do as you wish. Like I said, this is one of those areas that is just my personal preference and how I choose to run my business, to keep it a little bit separate in that regard, out of respect for my friends and my family members who choose not to be in my VIP group. So 80-20 on my Facebook. And then my VIP group is 80% Scentsy and 20% real life. So you guys, don't let social media scare you. There is so much potential, so much opportunity, and so many things you can learn about yourself, learn about other people, learn about having conversations with people, learning about creating content, right? I'm not a content queen. Like I don't know all the hashtags to use, and I don't do reels that often. Like, that's just not me. I know Ree does a lot of really great reels. I do some reels, but I love picture taking. So that's kind of the lane that I stay in, and that's the lane that I love. And so if you have lost your joy with social media, I would encourage you to find areas within social media that bring you joy, content that you love to create, that you can utilize on social media. So here's what I use to take pictures, you guys. My iPhone. I have an iPhone 13 Pro Max. Okay, not the newest and greatest. I use my portrait filter a lot. Okay, use my portrait filter. I use Lightroom with light and airy presets. Okay, you can download light and airy presets off of Etsy for very cheap. Download Lightroom. You have to pay for it after a while. It's worth it if you learn how to use it and utilize it, and then you can write it off. But I use Lightroom and light and airy presets, and then I use my iPhone camera. That's it. I don't have any special equipment. I'm not doing any trickery. Okay, it's literally those three things and natural lighting. Okay, and using my face. Use your best asset, which is your face. Okay, that is what people want to see. That is what people love to see. Okay, so social media is a fantastic platform for you to be able to network and expand and have fun. Okay, so I hope that this was helpful and impactful for you. I have themed days. I'm reading Rihanna's comment. She asked if I have a calendar of what I'm going to post or if I take it day by day. So I do actually have theme days that I fall back on a lot of the time. There are a lot of really great content calendars that other consultants post. But if you have your pen and paper out, I'm going to go through these rather quickly. If you need help coming up with content, like I said, I like funny, like catchy lines. So Mondays, must have Monday. Okay. So on Mondays, I'm sharing things that I really love that I think my customers need to have, right? Obviously everything, but like I'm going to share this flower when it's back in stock for a must have Monday. You must have this. Okay. Must have Monday. Tuesday, tip Tuesday, easy. Okay. So bring value to your customers. That's something that I didn't cover, but bringing value is important. It doesn't have to be that you know everything. You can bring comedic value. You can bring relational value. You can bring, matter of fact value. But Tip Tuesday is a great day to do that. You can talk about cotton cleanups, light bulbs, things like that. Wednesday, wax and warmer Wednesday. I do that a lot. Sometimes I'll do Whiff Box Wednesday, and share about the Whiff Box, share about how you can get it half off in your club, things like that. Thursday, Thrifty Thursday. I'm going to highlight our bundles and saves. I'm going to highlight our clearance items, or anything that's on sale, right? That's a good deal. Thrifty Thursday. Friday, favorite Friday. So I'm going to highlight my favorite wax, my favorite product that I'm using. Sometimes I'll do Fan Friday where I'm highlighting the fan products. Saturday, Showcase Saturday. I utilize this most when we have an upcoming launch, right? Which usually we find out about on Thursday. And then I spend all day Saturday highlighting it, and talking about what's coming on Monday. So Showcase Saturday, but you can use it in a bunch of different ways. And then Sunday, Scentsy Club Sunday. So Sundays are my favorite days because what I'll do is I'll go to my order history and I will screenshot my customer Scentsy Club order that's processed, like the items, how you can click on it and you can screenshot it. I take out all that information, so it's just the order of the items. And I'll try to find like real life pictures of some stuff if I can, but I'll post it and I'll talk about, look, this order, the Scentsy Club is 10% off. Look, they got a brick half off, or they got a Whiff Box half off, or did you know you can put an air purifier filter in your Scentsy Club? So I'm highlighting my customer Scentsy Clubs or my own on Scentsy Club Sunday and inviting people to become a clubber. And it's worked out really great, by the way. I have over 1,000 PRV that comes from Scentsy Club every month and over 40 subscribers. So that works. And obviously having conversations and follow up with people about Scentsy Club is where you also need to like follow up that conversation. But Scentsy Club Sunday has helped me a lot to be able to talk about what Scentsy Club is and what it's not. Okay. So that's what I typically fall back on if I'm like, I don't have anything to post or whatever. And having theme days is an awesome way to hold yourself accountable and remain consistent. And so scheduling posts, I also schedule my posts in my VIP group, usually every night or every morning. I schedule them out on my VIP group. So then I can kind of focus on my Instagram and just checking in on Facebook, because then I get lost in the scroll. So I'm going to be done. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment and I will get back to them, or you can find me on Instagram and ask me there, and I would love to connect with you. But I appreciate y'all so much for hanging out with me on a Tuesday. I know y'all have a million things you can be doing, and you chose to hang out with me. And so I appreciate the time and the interaction. It was so amazing. And Ree, thank you. I love you, friend. But I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night. And go out and be amazing on social media. Go out and be amazing consultants. Bye, guys.